Hey y'all, I'm Gracie, and today we're going to be installing the Krawler 2-inch stock mod suspension lift kit on my 2000 Jeep Wrangler TJ. We're just going to start with the front and go ahead and get it up on jack stands. So now we're just going to get these tires off with this 19mm socket and an impact gun.
Across from it, yeah.
Now that we got the wheels and tires off, we're going to unbolt the shocks on the bottom end using a 13mm socket and a wrench. Now that we got the shocks loose, we're going to disconnect the sway bar end links with a 15mm socket. I come loose with the 3/8 drive ratchet, so now we're going to have to use this 1/2-inch breaker bar. So the next step is to remove the bolt on the bottom end of the sway bar end link using a 255 Torx bit and an 18mm wrench. Next step is to remove the track bar on the axle end, so we're going to do that using a 15mm socket. Frame side, the track bar is held in with a castle nut and a cotter pin, so we're going to have to use these needle nose pliers to get the cotter pin out. We got the cotter pin out, and the castle nut was a little tight to get off, so we had to use 2 wrenches to loosen it a little bit. Now we're going to use a 19mm socket to take it the rest of the way off.
Yep. Right up.
Track bar's out, so now we need to remove the spring retainer with a 13mm socket. So now we need to get the springs out, so we're going to jack up the frame on this side and support it with a jack stand so we can drop the axle and get the springs out. So now we're going to drop the axle so we can get the springs out. Drill out the axle side of the track bar mount to 9/16. We're going to drill out the frame side of the track bar mount to 5/8. So now that we drilled out the holes for the track bar, we went ahead and installed it and put in the springs, so now we're just going to tighten the bolts on the track bar. We got these sway bar end links in place, so now we're just going to tighten up the 19s on the top and bottom. Now we just gotta tighten this 13 on top. So all we have left to do is tighten the lower shock mounts, then put the wheels and tires back on, and the front end will be done. Started on the back, we went ahead and removed the wheels and tires, and now we're going to remove the shock bolts with a 18mm socket and a 15mm wrench. The next step is to remove the 255 Torx bolt from the axle side of the track bar mount, and it was pretty tough to get to. So with the track bar bolt out, the axle will hang low enough so you can just take the spring right out. So to install the track bar bracket, we had to drill 2 5/16" holes, and there were already holes there, but we had to drill them to make them just a little bit bigger. The new bolt and sleeve goes into the track bar bracket where the old bolt was. The
The original track bar bolt goes into the track bar just above where it was mounted before, but this time we're going to put it in front to back instead of back to front so it's easier to get to. The axle wouldn't drop out quite enough to get the springs in, so we're going to have to take loose these sway bar end links so we can get them in. So now we got everything tightened up and we're going to put on the wheels and tires. So the install is complete. We put on a Krawler 2-inch stock mod suspension lift. I cannot be happier with the results. Looks good. I absolutely love it. Eventually I'd like to go to some flat fenders with some 35s, but for right now this is just perfect. And I love how it doesn't look like it's squatted so low, so it's up off the tires a little bit. So if you need a hardcore suspension for your daily driver, Krawler is definitely the way to go. Head on over to www.rockkrawler.com.
Krawler, hardcore suspension for your daily driver.